Hello and welcome back to the Technomancer and the last part you'll be getting this week. Don't worry, I will be continuing this game next week, so you won't have terribly long to wait. Why am I not surprised she's hiding here? Just for the hell of it, do we want to go and become the arena champion? No, I don't think I do. I can't be bothered with that quest. Wasn't particularly interesting.
Hey, over here. Please. I need you.
Hey,
hello,
officer.
Bulgakov.
Should I be worried about your visit?
If I was still an officer, maybe. I'm as much on the run as you are now.
Maybe I should start calling you something else then. What's your name?
Zachariah.
Zachariah.
A pleasure, Zachariah. How can I help you?
I'm afraid that the ASC managed to infiltrate the city where I'm currently living. Thought that maybe you could help me. You seem to be up to date on what they do.
Victor. Our nemesis. Very well. I'll tell you what I know.
Much appreciated.
Victor got his hands on a commercial caravan. Tortured its members in order to find out the location of their notorious secret city.
Heard rumors about that.
Mysterious Noctis. He managed to send some of his men there. So take this with a grain of salt. But now I'm convinced Victor's got both mercenaries and religious dignitaries on ASC payroll there.
Oh, marvelous.
Watch out, Zachariah.
Thank you, Bulgakov.
Alright.
I know the ASC's in Noctis, and I bet they got in pretending to be the crew of that caravan. They gotta be embedded in the population by now, hiding in plain sight. If they're pretending to be merchants among real merchants, that's not gonna fly too long. If they were smarter, they would have come in as refugees. Better start asking around. I'm sure folks aren't buying it.
I'm good in here. Interrogate the preacher. So yeah, and now we've got to go back there. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Starting to feel like a bloody yo-yo at the moment. Truly, I am the great Technomancer, yo-yo.
Over here. Please. I need to talk to you.
Sorry, dude. Not taking any more side quests at the moment. I've got enough crap going on. At least those guys don't attack me anymore. Back down to the underworks. Truly a joyous time. I swear to God, there's probably at least a part's worth of recording screens already. Because let's face it, I must have been across these loading screens at least 30 times, and they're the best part of a minute long. Let's go round this. No, round this way. And yep, I'm just going to ignore the critters as much as possible. Yep. They're not important. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So we go. Actually, if I go over to that lift and down, that's actually a quicker way out. I think. And it means beating up these guys, but I've beaten them up like 20 times already, so they should be used to it by now. I'll be honest, if I was these guards, given how many times I've knocked them unconscious, I would just sort of lie down as soon as I came round at this point. Well, let's face it, adding in that last blow is just insult to injury. You know, it behooves them not to actually fight me because they get their asses kicked, whatever happens. So if I go through here, it's definitely slightly faster. Okay, I'm going to have to remember that in future. And back we go to Noctis. Got a preacher to have a conversation with. Conversation that might involve hitting him over the head with a stick. So, I spy with my little eye something beginning with G. Let's talk to this here preacher.
Repent. We won't
Seems
have
to be
access
mysteriously
to a blue
armed.
paradise so long as we are not all absolved of our sins. You came here to
The Blue
wash
Paradise
your
being
soul?
Earth, I assume.
I had something else in mind. I came here to ask for some information regarding your parishioners. Did you notice any strange behavior among some of them?
My parishioner's life is none of your business. You're not one of them, and yet you take the liberty of judging them based on your corrupt beliefs. You...
The classic I'm right and every other religion is wrong argument.
Cynicals, a bad seed.
Listen, preacher, we might have significant differences, but I'm sure that you only want the best of your flock. And I heard that a man from Abundance has tampered with some of them.
Even with rank 3 charisma, I still only had a 75% chance of that one.
He spoke badly about me because he knows that I'm against this invasion. I've seen too many people suffer from the war. And in addition to that, Abundance does not tolerate public temples, which would put an end to your lectures.
An invasion? Really? By the shadows! That old son's henchman hadn't told me that. And my temple? You're saying that they're forbidden there? How awful. I must stop that evil being. Send him back to roast under the nefarious beams of his master!
Yep.
I'm surprised his servants weren't mutants, but maybe they were in disguise.
Oh, great, you're a racist
More
as well.
pressing, however, is it that these servants have convinced some of my followers and now have come here to tempt me. Do not worry. The shadow has opened my eyes to save my soul. But has it done so for my followers? The mutation is preparing to make its way towards them. A pity.
Can never be too careful with religious types, so I'll have to keep an eye on these folks. They can spread ideas like wildfire.
Okay. That's the preacher dealt with, so let's head over this way towards one of the merchants. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. And I'll sell them all my exploding traps because I need the serum, and let's face it, I've never used the bleeding things. I think I laid one down once by accident.
Welcome, welcome.
This guy's a bloody font of information sometimes, isn't he? Let's sell that because I don't need it. Sell some iron hammers. Sell some shields. Sell the high resistance nail gun. Might as well sell those Technomancer's gloves because I ain't gonna need them. And most importantly of all, sell a dozen exploding traps for 440 smackaroos. That's good.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, did you by any chance see a caravan come back from Ophir lately? Would have had some members who might have looked different than they did when they left.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And they're no regular merchants, that's for sure. They've been trying to blend in, imitate our accents, pose, all that.
You could have mentioned this earlier, you know.
Try damn hard, though. What happened to the real merchants? No, forget it. I don't even want to know. It scares the hell out of me. Rather not know.
Fair enough. Thanks.
Okay, that's one merchant down. There's another one over in this direction who we need to talk to. Nothing quite like a light jog across the city. It's a vaguely scary looking guys hanging around. Yes. I'm just going to browse your merchandise just in case you've got out good. I don't think you're likely to, but I'm liking the copper gold staffs at the moment, aren't they? Or a Technomancer's mask. That was quite nifty, actually. But anywho. Same equivalent that I've got at the moment. So yeah, nothing interesting there. Oh, is that the cadet's jacket I sold her? Anywho.
The most exotic.
Yes. Information.
I'm looking for information about a caravan that recently came back from Ophir.
Ah, yes. The merchants who aren't, you mean? Yes, I knew the caravan's chief. And, yeah, the one who came back kinda looks like him, but sure as hell doesn't act like him. This might sound crazy, but seems to me all those merchants were replaced with, I don't know, but they're not from here. And instead of selling their goods...
So which guys is it so I can go and hit them to, beat them unconscious with a big stick?
I could, but I won't. I don't want any involvement. I don't want to be replaced. I'll just tell ya, they've been regular clients since they came back.
Fair enough. I'll just keep an eye on your clients for a while. Thank you. So we know the spies are embedded in certain groups, but to find out who the spies are among them, we're gonna need to keep a constant eye on all of them. Can't do it on my own, though. Gonna need all my brothers and sisters to take turns, so we can stay discreet.
Okay, so we need the help of the Technomancers for this one. That's fair enough. They can finally pull their weight. And given that I'm the flaming Grand Master, I really should be able to make more use of them than I am. Oh well. Particularly as we need to do this in order to find... Patience, was it, who got kidnapped? Yeah. What's the bet in any mission I do for Phobos will actually help boost my reputation with the Free Mutants? So what are my stats at the moment with various groups? My karma is good, my relationship with my companions is friendly, abundance is hostile, the army is friendly, my relationship with Noctis is good, the Voria is suspicious of me, the Free Mutants are hostile to me, and the opposition is suspicious of me. Could be worse.
Greetings, Zachariah.
Greetings, Melvin.
I'm gonna need everyone's help. ASC's infiltrated Noctis, and as you already know, that's not a good thing.
We just got away from them. Why can't they just leave us alone? What? What do you want us to do about it? Most of us are terrified of them. They're immune to our powers.
Try to convince him.
I understand your frustration and your fear. I wasn't there, and don't even want to imagine what they put you through. But we don't back down from fear. We're military. We fight. And I will be damned if we will back down from a few fucking ASC spies with lightning rods.
Yeah, they're still vulnerable to being hit with a big stick.
At risk. But I agree, the best defense is a strong first attack. If we hide and wait for them, we put our secret even more at risk. So what do you propose we do?
From what I can tell, the spies have weaseled their way into 3 groups, but we can't move until we know which members are from the ASC. Moles disguise themselves as mercenaries, religious zealots, and even merchants.
Then I'll dispatch some eyes to keep tabs on those groups.
Thank you.
You know how lucky we are that your Technomancer friends are gonna help us? It's terrifying to know how many groups were infiltrated. The damage they could do could bring Noctis to its knees.
Yep.
You really think Victor's gunning for control of the city?
Would make sense.
He just thinks it's an obstacle he can eliminate with the sweep of a hand.
Then he's misjudged the size of the obstacle. We're a lot stronger here than he could possibly imagine.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Hello, Amelia.
I'm just curious to see if they have any information worth sharing.
Hi, Zach.
Nope. Okay. Well, let's have a snooze. Let's go for dawn. Rest for 16 hours. Alright, let's go check to the Technomancer. Excuse me, Nisha, thank you. So, we got him.
After trailing the groups you mentioned, it's obvious that they each have a few people among them who aren't just looking for you, but purposely seeding unrest in the population, maybe pushing for an uprising.
That's one way to conquer a city.
Stop it.
Here's a description of everyone we found. Give me your map. There. I've marked every place you can find them. Shouldn't be hard for you to get them now.
Alright. Let's go find them. You know, guys, you could have hit them yourself. It's not difficult. You have got lightning powers. They're not going to be wearing their lightning-resistant armor underneath it, given that that armor is huge. Half a dozen groups of them.
Just as long as it doesn't push Victor to send twice as many people back.
Take him a while to get that done. Yeah, these guys still have their massive lightning resistance, even though they're not wearing their resistant bulky armor. Still not helping much though, not against me. It's me, isn't it? It's me. Oh, sucks to be you guys. Yeah, getting the variation of that attack with 3 arcs was definitely the right call. Okay, now we need to go up and around. I'm going to run across the entire bleeding city in order to deal with all these guys. I say, you think Dandolo could have provided, I don't know, some backup? Oh, let's face it, this is 6 groups of what, 5 or 6 guys? So you're looking at north of 30 dudes, and he just expects me to beat them all up. I mean, granted I can do it, but still. Smack him. Down they go. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Another group over here. Need to refresh my shield at some point. Yeah, that guy's definitely not wearing bulky electricity resistant armor, given that he's got a bare bloody chest. Okay, one more group of these guys. Almost done. Okay, maybe not all the groups are the same size. Fabulous. Ah. Well, that went well. Level up. Ooh, do I get overload now? Lovely. So yeah, I just need to upgrade overload. Then I'll upgrade electric fist. And then so yeah, 2 more levels and I get everything from next point. Next point doesn't come to level. No, that's 1 more. Yeah, okay. Unlocked skill. I'm gonna shimmy things around. I'm gonna put that on 4 and put that on 6. Okay, that makes sense to everyone. Ah, dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Feels like we're near the end of Act 2 now.
Zachariah, I was just starting to worry.
What for?
Bad news, I'm afraid. The ASC's not only in Noctis, but they're starting to threaten its safety. I know you did what you could to get rid of their spies, but if you stay here, they'll come back. And now we may be open to a direct attack from
In other words, you're kicking me out.
I'm sorry, Zachariah. They're after you and your friends. I can't risk the safety of all my people.
Yeah, I knew this was coming sooner or later.
So you're turning your back on us?
No. I would never turn my back on a friend. I set a meeting for you with the Technomancers from Aurora. Their arms are open. You'll be safer from Victor with them by your side. You just can't stay here.
Why are you helping me?
A scratch on the back for what I hope will be a long-term relationship, Mr. Mancer. They'll meet you under one of their shadow paths. Take the map. You'll be well received. Now get going. As soon as you can gather your things and friends together. The longer you stay, the more danger those of us around you face.
How'd you manage to get in touch with Aurora's Technomancers?
Wasn't easy, but we have agents in all of the corporation's cities. The equivalent of Nisha, but not as easy on the eyes, lives in Shadowlair and was our point on this little mission. Their Technomancers are quite knowledgeable, powerful, and I assume the idea of having one of their counterparts from Abundance join them and give them a little upper hand probably put a few smiles on their faces. But their chief's name, it's slipping my mind. Profanity? No, something more. Chastity, promiscuity, generosity. Yeah, that's the one. Their chief's name.
You've got to love people who are named after virtues. And yes, promiscuity is definitely a virtue.
Wisdom, I hear. Shouldn't be too hard for him to make you feel welcome. So set your mind at ease.
Okay. So, dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Yeah, go to the meeting with the Aurora Technomancers. We still need to wait to find out what he's been taken. Yep. Right. Let's see what you guys say about this.
Hi, Nisha.
Hi, Zach.
Can't believe you have nothing to say about
Hi,
this.
Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia.
On the plus side, this should mean new gear. Yes, I am. Well, I am. What can I say? Half the fun of playing an RPG is getting the new gear and new stuff. You know, and as I say, I've always liked Spider's approach to a crafting system, where you have the base item, and then you craft stuff onto it. Aurora Shadow Path. Again. Because we've been here before.
So now we're headed back to Aurora. This is the definition of insanity. Do you think they know how many times I've attacked them?
I'm really sorry, Zach. I'm sure Dandolo would have preferred to keep us all in Noctis. It makes me uncomfortable, but we can't keep Noctis under Victor's crosshairs. he wouldn't hesitate to wipe it off the face of Mars just to get his hands on you.
I don't know about that. Big Bad Victor is definitely a manipulative rat, but he's gonna have a lot of trouble wiping out a city like Noctis using a couple of harebrained schemes.
Do the corporations differ all that much? I know you were raised to think so, but as a mutant, I only see humans bickering over petty squabbles. The differences don't matter now, especially since they're welcoming you with open arms. Supposedly, Technomancers are treated well.
Yeah, but that's because they didn't realize we're mutants.
I know this transition is going to be hard for you. Aurora may ask you to fight against your former corporation. You may end up on the battlefield against men and women you knew from before. And at least there's no chance of coming up against an old Technomancer buddy, because they're all with you. Well, except for that Snake Allen. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't mind shoving a lightning bolt up his ass.
You're my baby. I warn you, Zach. I like you, but if they try to take my rover, I'm out. So fucking out. It's me and my rover or nothing.
Fair enough. I shall inform them of that. So, go to the meeting with Aurora's Technomancers. We're at the 26-minute mark of what's going to be the last part. This gobblers. So yeah, we're probably not actually going to get to the meeting in this part, I don't think. Don't worry, I will be continuing this next week, so you won't have to wait a hideous amount of time. Get the guys who are good for good quality leather. Oh. Mostly it's poor quality leather. But yes, I think what I'm gonna do is end this part here. So, thank you very much for watching. I will be continuing this game next week. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.